I wish I could just get a break, move on from this already. If only there was someone who understood how much I'm going through.
When the hell did you get here?
Hey everyone, it's Joshua from Joshua Tree Speaks, here to ask you an interesting question. You ever feel like life's just too much? Like a chaotic chapter that just won't end? And you just want to skip ahead? Or maybe you're just exhausted and you just don't want to even read the next page. I get it. But here's the thing. Life is a story, and it's important that you're actively writing yours. And just like any good story, having a meaningful conflict makes for great character development. But let me tell you what. Sometimes the best thing you can do is actually take a pause between chapters, put that book down and take a break, digesting what we've just read and experienced. There's plenty of analogies, those age-old adages about turning a page in life, or, hey, this is a new chapter, or I just want to close this one out. There's really some usefulness to using these perspectives in a way that helps us organize what's happening to us. How do I make sense of it? Do I want to make sense of it? One of the most important things to therapy, for instance, is engaging in the details and trying to make sense of them. What meaning can I make of them? I really advocate for the idea that meaning is ours to make, and sometimes it's given to us. And of course, with whatever belief system you subscribe to, it's important to consider as well that if you don't, still there is more to make of what your challenges that you're going through can mean to you. How do you want to respond to them? What do you want to make of them? How do you turn adversity into advantage? Considering that, a good story also speaks to themes, messages, character arc, development, and considering ourselves as characters, yes, that main character energy, don't go overboard with that. But we are the star of our own lives. And I think that it's important to understand ourselves and look at all these challenges that we're facing and embrace that these are going to give us a way to refine our character. It may not be so often that we really think about it this way, but life is made of chapters, sections, all sorts of ways of categorizing time. And I think that by default, often a lot of people look at weeks, days, years. We have anniversaries for such things, and they can evoke quite an emotional experience for us. I think that when we're active in the organization of our stories, then we can take some more creator control over what some of our present challenges mean, and we can keep pace with the pacing of our story. Some of our story is full of adventure, some is just filler and boring, stretch of episodes that you just want to rush through. And sure, there's those ones where you cannot wait for this day to be over. You know what, if it got cut out of the film reel of your life, I'm sure you'd be thrilled. And maybe you're there right now. So in all seriousness, I think that just like some people love to finish a chapter before they close that book, sometimes you just need to dog ear a page and just clap it shut, or just turn off the screen. But nonetheless, my point is that there's times where we really need to take a break. In a great book, there's always a pause between major events. That little bit of white space before the next chapter, it's there for a reason. It gives you a moment to breathe, pause, reflect, and prepare for what's next, to absorb what happens so that you can move forward. But in life, we forget to do this all the time. We grind, we give, we push, we pour ourselves into things, ourselves, others, our work, without ever taking a breath. Or even when we're mired in mud and depression, we're stuck in the pit, and that becomes almost a job in and of itself, digging yourself out. And then we wonder why we're burned out. If you're exhausted and you feel like it's too much, it's not necessarily a sign that you're weak. Maybe you just need a break. So ultimately, here is my question to you. Where are you at in this chapter? What are the themes? What's going on right now? I encourage you to take a moment to reflect, pause, write this down, record it, have some way to view this, externalize it out of your mind, get it out of your head. If you're already in therapy, awesome. I'm a fan already of you. But I want you to consider just taking this time to process where you're at, dog ear the page, take a moment, 10 minutes of just concentrated reflection. What is there to learn from this chapter right now? Could it be that you need to develop more emotional resiliency? What good is there to have more stress tolerance? Can we be more empathetic during this time so that maybe we're losing sight of others when we're stressed? Is that a good skill to have? Can you develop that while you're going through what you're going through right now? Maybe you need a little more attention. Maybe you need to ask for help. What lessons, when you really try to go inside and look at yourself, what lessons can you find that you need to refine within yourself? These character traits, the parts of your character that you can improve so that you live your life better and are actively working toward the fulfillment of your character arc. So tonight, instead of scrolling, or maybe on your lunch break, you take a quick walk, take a moment to reflect. If the only moment that you can escape is taking a restroom break, take an extra 3 minutes, freshen up, and just pause and reflect and realize that this chapter will end and a new one will begin. I would hope for you to be an active co-author to that, someone who is co-creating their life with circumstance, with God, whatever you believe in. But you can take more control of where you're going with this. You don't need to speed read your life. You don't need to rush it. Sometimes it's good just to put the book down and take a break. So for your sake, take a break. Even 5 minutes can mean something, right? What chapter are you in right now? And more importantly, do you need to turn the page? Maybe it's time to take a break, process what you've been learning, what you can learn from your experiences right now. No matter how difficult the struggles may be, there'll be another side to this, another chapter. Heck, maybe you're in that final chapter and you're ready for the sequel to your story. So I encourage you to take some time to pause, reflect, journal, record something, just so you get those thoughts out and you can really keep up with what's going on here. I think there's plenty of times we're reading or digesting, watching stuff, and it just doesn't digest. Don't internalize the knowledge, the lessons. Don't be afraid to pause. In fact, you owe it to yourself. The story is still being written. You'll pick up the pen again tomorrow. See you next time. Yo, he's right. Blame him if I'm late to something. I'm out of here. Need to take a break.